What's up everyone? In this video, we'll be covering some of the powerful tools that make Adobe Acrobat Studio one of the best AI platforms for summarizing documents. I'm partnering with Adobe to not only show you a few different ways that you can use them, but also some exciting new features that will change the way you interact with and learn from documents, including podcast generators. Here's what we'll cover. Pulling the main points from long documents with AI summarize tools, generating podcast style audio summaries from your documents, using conversational audio to chat with your documents and actually remember more information, and how students and professionals can use these features to work smarter, not harder. So real quick, Acrobat Studio is the evolution of Adobe Acrobat that goes way beyond just viewing PDFs. It's got AI-powered workspaces, personalized AI assistants, and now these new audio features that let you consume information in completely new ways. Acrobat is one of the best AI platforms for summarizing documents, and it's cool to see that they keep making new features to make it more interactive. Let's dive into the first chapter. All right, so let's start with a scenario that I think a lot of you can relate to. Let's say you have a long commute and an important meeting coming up and you need to get caught up on your company's goals for the new year. You've got files from the engineering team, the sales team, and the marketing team, and honestly, it'll take you a long time to go through each of these files. If you're like me and learn better through podcasts, here's what you can do. So you're actually able to do this on the computer version of Acrobat, but I'll be showing you how to do it on your smartphone. Let's start by opening the Acrobat app. Now that we have it open, we can press the plus button and then click Create PDF Space. On this screen, we can add a bunch of different file formats that are listed here, like cloud files, web files, and even pasted text. I have all the files on my phone, so I'm just gonna click iPhone Files and then select them and click Open. And now that we see them on this screen, we can press Create. Now Acrobat is doing its magic and processing all of the files that we uploaded. Now that it's done, we can see an AI summary of our documents, the files that we added, and the AI assistant chat down here. Instead of reading through all of these files manually, I'll click the three dots at the top right and then click Generate Podcast. And just like that, it automatically generates a podcast that we can listen to. Let's listen to the first few seconds.
Welcome. Today, we're looking at ABCD Security's new product launch, Sentinel X Pro. It's an AI-enabled security camera platform aimed mainly at small to mid-sized businesses and property managers.
This is honestly a really awesome way to learn about the documents, especially if you're like me and prefer podcasts over reading. On this window, we can even change the playback speed, fast forward or rewind, see the transcription of the conversation, and even change the output of the audio. We can also change the format of the podcast by pressing this button. So now it gives us another option called Deep Dive. This basically gives us a longer podcast conversations that goes more in depth. Luckily, unlike other apps, when it's on your phone, you can control it from the lock screen just like a normal podcast. This is how to get the most out of Acrobat by turning dead time like your commute into productive time where you can learn in a more engaging way. By the way, if you're doing this on your desktop, it gives you a QR code that you can scan with your phone that'll take you directly to the Acrobat mobile app. I want to show you something else that's really cool on the mobile app. You now can actually have a hands-free voice conversation with AI Assistant. So I have the Acrobat Reader mobile app loaded on my phone and I'm logged into my account. I'll open up the same PDF space that we had before just by clicking on it here. At the bottom, we have the prompt that lets us chat with AI Assistant, but let's click on the voice icon at the bottom right. So this opens up the new voice feature where we can chat with AI Assistant just like we could using text. As you can see at the bottom, it gives us a mute button to control the microphone and the X if we want to exit and go back to the regular screen. At the top, we can adjust the speaking speed to these different options. And if we press the settings icon, we can change the voice to a different one. Now let's test it out. Hey, can you actually go a bit more in depth about the engineering team's specs for the new product?
The engineering specifications for the Sentinel X Pro camera platform, as detailed in the internal engineering brief, highlight its advanced features and modular design.
Okay, so let me pause it really quick. As you can see, this gives us a way more engaging way to interact with AI Assistant. Let's say something else like, if you could describe the sales team proposal in one sentence, what would it be?
The sales team roadmap proposal outlines a strategic plan to enhance ABCD Security Inc., aiming to increase warm lead volume by 20% and improve warm lead to meeting conversion rates for sustainable sales growth. What can I help with next?
It gives you the ability to have a conversation back and forth with AI Assistant just like a regular person, which is really helpful if you prefer speaking instead of typing things out. So I can be out and about doing something where I can't type and still interact with my documents and pull the main points. Everyone has their own preferred way of digesting information, whether it's through reading, listening, or talking it out, and it's great to see that we have all of these options available to us with Acrobat. Now, an important thing to note is your microphone only listens when the voice chat is activated. And the microphone icon shows when it's muted or unmuted. And even more good news, the Adobe team let me know that the voice chats that you make are not stored or used to train the AI models, which is something I definitely care about a lot. It's also something that separates Adobe from other AI platforms, and I'm glad they're transparent about that. I encourage you to try out this conversational AI assistant for yourself because I think it's a really awesome feature. Let's dive into how these audio features work for different situations. Let's say you're a student studying for a big exam. On my computer, I have a PDF space open with class notes, lecture slides, and class readings, all in different formats. So if you learn best through reading, you can chat with your documents using AI Assistant and ask about specific concepts. Or if you learn best through audio, we can click the podcast button and it'll create an engaging conversation that summarizes our documents. Or if you have Acrobat on your phone, you can just pull it up there and listen to the information on the way to the test. Or let's say maybe you learn best through talking things out just like you would if you were studying with a friend. On your phone, you can open up Acrobat and have a conversation there. Can you quiz me one by one on potential questions for chapter 4?
Based on the documents provided, here are potential quiz questions for chapter 4 on waves, light, and sound. Question 1. Why do we see lightning before we hear thunder?
Let me know your answer, and I will provide feedback.
Is it because lightning travels faster than thunder?
Yes, you are correct. Lightning is seen before thunder because light travels much faster than sound.
As you can see, this opens up a bunch of possibilities and completely changes the way we interact and summarize documents. All right, so hopefully I've inspired you to try out some of the best AI summarizer tools and exciting new features like Generate Podcast in Acrobat Studio. They're really fun to play with, so if you want to try it out for yourself, I'll drop a link in the description below. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.